Hey everybody, it's the Podman. So, this is part one of a two-part series regarding the Tusk Talon Hybrid tire that Rocky Mountain is coming out with. So, really quick, the difference between the Recon and the Talon is actually not all that much. Specifically, this is really designed to be a gummy tire. They call it a hybrid tire, but it's really a gummy tire. And the Talon is supposed to have a stiffer sidewall and a more aggressive tread design / the knobs, and that is going to be for better braking, and the stiffer sidewall will be for better cornering. So it's really, I think, especially in southern Utah, eastern Nevada, western New Mexico, western Colorado, Arizona, right, that western desert terrain, I think the Talon is going to be exactly what we need in a cheaper, more affordable tire. So in this part one, we're going to review the Recon. So I was originally going to do this review, and it's so ironic that I found out they're coming out with the Talon, because I was like, you know, the Recon's really awesome, but I wish it had a more aggressive design for soft and intermediate terrain, because I'm out there and I'm going up these crazy terrain configurations, right? Like you'll go from a creek bed into kind of some sandy, almost sand dunes, into like a silt hill climb, or a clay hill, climb that. Then you'll go on some rocks. The Utah terrain is crazy, and I just don't really like the Recon for that kind of general use. But it's not a bad tire. So the quick pros of the Recon: it's extremely comfortable. The soft sidewall and the soft center carcass just make it absorb everything. There is a downside to that. You risk pinch flats if you run really low PSI. I recommend airing up, which doesn't, this is usually counterintuitive, right? You want more traction in soft terrain with lower PSI, usually. But if you're riding in sand and stuff, you actually want to air it up so that if you go out of sand into, let's say, some hardpack, you can corner without totally losing the back end. This really likes to roll, which I think is one of the improvements coming with the Talon. The other improvement with the Talon coming is the braking. The Recon is not that good at braking, and that actually drives me nuts, because my preferred tires are things like the Battlecross. So I'm thinking like X30, Starcross, stuff like that. Some of the Maxxis tires for intermediate terrain are really good at braking, which is really important, right? I ride fast. If you're not a fast rider, the Recon's going to be fine. But if you're a fast rider, the Recon, actually, I would say that's the main negative that I don't like about this tire, is it just doesn't brake. And it makes sense. It's a gummy tire, so when you're braking, these knobs are kind of twisting and turning very easily and not really maintaining traction with the ground as it locks up or whatever you're doing. So this was part one. That's the Recon. I have some more footage of the Recon where I kind of go over some of the same points, but look forward to the Talons arriving soon. I have a front and rear. I have a 21 front, 18 rear going on my 2022 TX300i, and we'll see how those do and if my wish comes true of having a hybrid tire for intermediate terrain as well. We're going to test how they perform on our canyon run before and after. So this will be the first video with the Recon. Here we go. I will say, the Recon is very affordable for a gummy tire. Some of the gummy tires are insanely expensive for how long they last, or how few hours rather they last. In my previous review, I was like, yo, I wish they would do like a hybrid Recon mixed with a Battlecross. Well, the Talon is not exactly that, but it's closer. To round up my thoughts on the Recon, I think I forgot. It's okay in intermediate terrain. It is a hybrid tire. This is not really what it's designed for at all. Just keep that in mind. It loves to roll. A quick tip if you're running this: if you're going in softer terrain that kind of mixes in between hard pack and rocks, you actually might want to air the tire up so that the sidewall doesn't roll as much. It makes cornering very annoying, especially if you ride very fast. That said, it doesn't corner that bad, but... Oh yeah, here we go! Woo! See? That was the Recon. I'm in here doing some Recon, man. Hey, man.
Yeah, I'll recon the area. I got my Spec Ops rear tire. The Recon wears in a very interesting pattern compared to other gummy tires from what I've seen. And I think it has to do with the fact that it's Chinese rubber. It's just not high quality. And it just loves to break apart. My fear is that it's actually going to start chunking off, you know, once I hit like the 20-hour mark. And once that happens, at least where I ride it, the tire's basically junk. If you're wanting performance and safety, some of the stuff I do right by giant cliffs, I don't want my tire to be a piece of crap. Alright, we're at the hill climb. The other negatives of the Recon that I'll point out, especially in soft terrain and loose stuff, which doesn't make sense. I think it's supposed to do better in kind of loose gravel, but the back end, because of the way it's designed, and it's missing those very explicitly designed scoops to kind of get rid of material, loves to fishtail going uphill, which can be very uncomfortable. But that wasn't too bad.